Dragon Ball Z Movie 13 Wrath of the Dragon is a story focusing on Tapion, a legendary warrior from the past who was said to defeat Hildegard. We also see some of his flashbacks during the movie. He was sealed in a magical box that can't be opened by sheer force, and only through magical means like the Dragon Balls can free him. We would find out the reason why Tapion was sealed and his connection to Hildegard, a giant kaiju-sized monster that is even stronger than Ultimate Gohan. The objective to defeat it is obvious, but this is where the movie shines. It is also one of few Dragon Ball Z movies where you could fit it into the main timeline about the defeat of Majin Buu. So it has humor and some horror elements because what kind of creature Hildegard is. The thing that makes the movie great is Tapion's character, his backstory, him trying to cope with his issues. On the surface he appears like an angsty teenager, but doing so is excused with his relationship with the main villain. Hildegard itself isn't a character, but just a monster that destroys, a phantasm created by all the evil of Tapion's home planet, and some magic. It consumes life forms to power itself up when it takes a break from destroying like your average monster. How it consumes others is crazy as shit. Trunks really profits from this movie. In the Dragon Ball Z anime, the Dragon Ball manga, Dragon Ball Super manga, Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball Super movies, and the previous Dragon Ball Z movies he started in, pretty much used him as a filler character or some gags. This is the first time he is treated like a real character. His interactions with Tapion were believable, showed a part of him we didn't see until now. All we did so far is see him as Goten's friends or a component that makes Gotenks. He also managed to get through Tapion and make him feel more comfortable around him. This is the only time besides Dragon Ball GT where you can see present Trunks as an actual character. Bulma also is pretty good in this movie. She has some of the really good interactions with Tapion where they talk about Tapion's issues and she works to help him. Bulma doesn't get a lot of good moments in Dragon Ball, besides being a plot device, fan service and comic relief. So this is a welcome change of pace for once. Hui is an interesting antagonist. He seems like another Babidi on the surface, but he's more involved directly. It isn't scared off by others, and is far more manipulative besides needing to use his magic. I do have some criticism. Shenron in this movie grants just one wish instead of three, but I guess for the sake of the movie we can, and the runtime, we can overlook that issue. Normally I would praise characters with different shapes and sides, but the fight against Hildegard is just not interesting because every character can fly, and this leads to boring choreographed fights where certain character charges to a body part and Hildegard response is just slaps them away like you would do that to a fly. The only exception may be Gohan when he first fought Hildegard, where Hildegard would use his tail in an interesting way to get up, and Gohan would try to knock him out with a low kick. The use of other characters was meh. Dragon Ball Hunt was fun, and seeing Gohan and Videl as Saiyaman and Saiyawoman is in daily activities is also entertaining to see. but when it comes to fighting Hildegard, many characters felt like they just exist to because they are currently popular in quotation marks. Like Goten is in the movie and only exists as a power up for Trunks to create Gotenks. There's Vegeta who exists as fan service too. There was a good moment, but Vegeta didn't really need to exist in this movie. As the ending of Hildegard feels questionable with something that wasn't foreshadowed and can come off as an asshole. Overall, I still enjoyed this movie. Tapion is a fan favorite, and despite not getting a fight, he is demanded by fans for many fighting games. Goku uses the Dragon Fist in this movie for the first time, a fan favorite move, and sparingly used in Dragon Ball GT in the most epic ways possible. The animation and soundtrack is top tier, and even without an amazing fight, the great story and the great use of tone is where the movie shines. So I highly recommend watching Wrath of the Dragon.